Hey friends, welcome to Afternoon Yoga and welcome to day 27 of your journey to presence. Today's flow is all about mobility, so we're going to do some funky type of movements. If you need anything to support you in that journey, blocks or being close to a wall sometimes can help with this type of thing, but I am going to walk you through step by step, so you'll have versions of this that you can access without any props. And just in case you need it, go ahead and pause the video and grab them now. Otherwise, we will get started in an easy pose. So you can take a moment, just roll your shoulder blades down your back, find a tall spine, wiggle it out, get the jitters out. And then relax your hip flexors, keep hands placed on the knees, close down your eyes. I'm going to start with that practice we've been working with of noting. So just taking a moment to let the mind, let the body settle in here. And if you get lost down a line of thinking, you get lost on the track, then just simply come back and note it as thinking. And it's so important that we take a non-judgmental approach when we come into this type of practice. Because it's much less about attaching a story to the thoughts, but just more so noticing where your mind is. And the more that we do this, the more that we notice how variant it is. How some days you show up and the mind is pretty clear. And other times you show up and there is just a lot going on. So taking that information and then doing what you will with it. Finding a way to support yourself in the practice for the next 10 minutes here. You can slowly make your way into a tabletop position, moving slowly and mindfully here. Not letting anything be too jarring as you just arrive to your mat. I'll take a moment and turn your fingertips back towards your body. We'll find a forearm stretch, a little stretch of your wrists, right and left, forward and back. And then flip them back towards the front of your mat. Crawl your fingertips forward. Drop down to your forearms. Find a puppy pose, forehead to your mat. Breath into your rib cage, into your armpits, side body. This pose can be quite intense, so just knowing where you're at, checking in with the resistance there. And the more that you hunch over in your day, the more time you spend sitting, probably the more difficult this pose becomes. But also the more important that it becomes. Inhale, press down through your palms, slide your fingertips back. And then drop your belly, take your gaze towards the sky. Exhale, round your spine, push the floor away, press into your palms. 2 more just like that. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze comes through. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, bring it forward and then just slide your right foot towards the top of your mat. So we're going to find ourselves in a low lunge. You can keep the hands on the ground for support or wiggle in and out. And if you're coming with me, I like to have my right hand on the thigh, just using that as some stability here, forward and back. You can take both hands, frame it around your foot, and then pull your hips back. Flex your right toes towards your face. Square your hips, so maybe you take up a little bit more space here on each side of your mat. Find a long spine, and then round down. Tuck your chin to your chest, almost like you're finding a cat pose here. So even spread your shoulder blades apart. Find that protraction. Inhale, halfway lift, find a long spine. Crawl your fingertips back now, a little bit closer towards your body, and then spin your left toes over towards the right. You can just sit your bottom down. So now you're coming back at kind of an angle, sitting down. Try not to use the hands here if you can. And then we'll just wiggle the hips back towards the front of your mat. Take your right knee, slide it in towards your chest. So now the left foot's tucked behind your right heel. Long spine, you can hug that knee, sit up tall. And then we're gonna take a couple steps here to practice this mobility work. And again, know that you can take it to any level and you can keep working at the smaller phases if you're new to this type of work. But I'm gonna invite you to bring your fingertips out in front of you and then just focus on shifting your hips forward so that you find the ball of your foot and then you come right back. And just a couple rounds there. Just picking up the hips and then sitting back down. And if that's going well, then take your hands to your heart. Practice the same thing, just lifting, pressing into the full foot. The right foot's planting down. So imagine that you're going to step up on that foot. We're not going there just yet though. Just priming the body, priming the muscles for what's about to come. The last one here, lift your bottom up. Exhale, sit it back down. And then we'll take it one step further. As you roll through this time, use your fingertips, press down, and start to lift your hips up high. So that foot just kind of drags behind you there. Exhale, right back down. Your shin bone plants, hands come to your heart, sit down. Inhale to step it up. Maybe you don't use your fingertips to lift. And then round down, kind of like a forward fold where we're crossing the legs. Exhale, sit it right back down. Shin comes down first, slowly and controlled. This time we'll take it all the way up. Inhale, press into that right foot. Start to lift the left toes high. Now you're in a standing L. Maybe you crawl your right fingertips up and forward. Start to open your hips. Find a half moon pose. Lift your left hand towards the sky. You can roll out the ankle, crack your toes. Exhale, both hands to your mat. Follow your tracks right back down. So the left foot's gonna cross back first. Top of the foot touches down. And then we find the shin bone to your mat. Sit all the way back. We're gonna take two more, but moving with the breath, so a little faster pace. Inhale, rock it forward, press down into the ball of that foot. Fingertips find the ground and lift high, half moon, left hand up. Exhale, unwind. The foot crosses back. Find your shin bone, plant it down. Sit your bottom all the way back. Last round, inhale, press it forward and through. Into the fingertips, lift. Left leg high, open up. Left fingertips reach towards the sky. Exhale, both hands to your mat. Listen here. Left foot meets your right. Middle of your mat, round down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find your fingertips. Exhale, fold the spine. Inhale, halfway lift, crawl it forward towards the top of your mat. So just let your feet roam forward, find your fingertips. And then we'll just slide your right foot back. Slowly lower down your back knee. Same thing here, we're just gonna weave in and out. So again, I like my left hand on the left thigh and the right hand kind of supporting this hip, but whatever you can find that feels right for you, we're just exploring the joints, the muscles here in the legs, in the hips, ankle mobility, toes. Last one here, bring it forward and through. Hands plant, framing that foot, and then pull your hips back, half splits, left toes towards your face. Long spine first, so take up that space, flex into the toes, and then round your spine, push the floor away, find a cat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Right toes spin towards your left. Easy here on the knee. Just sit back. The hips are gonna go almost in a diagonal as you sit back. That's okay. Take a moment to just wiggle into the hips once you land. And then hug your left knee in towards your chest. So now that right heel, the right calf or right shin is right in front of your heel there, your left heel. Hug the left knee into your chest, sit up tall in your spine. Taking a moment to feel your sit bones rooted down. So notice if you're really, really lifting in your left hip. Very common here. Try to pull that back down, find neutrality. And then we'll just start with that very simple movement of using your fingertips, rocking it forward, pressing your weight into your left foot, and then right back down. And if that's going well, just keep your hands pressed towards your heart. Really important here to take up the whole surface area of your left foot. So just imagine that you're going to stand up. We're priming the ankle joint for that. A couple more rounds. Exploring without using the hands. And then really push into your right shin bone as you press here. We're going to take it one step further, flip it forward, and then slowly start to straighten it out. So we find that funky forward fold type version where we're on the back foot, it's crossed behind you, pressing into your fingertips, rounding your spine. Exhale, your shin bone finds the mat first. Sit your bottom all the way back. You've got 3 more, moving at your own pace. Taking what support you need and finding challenge where you can, where it's still supportive for you. One last round here. Sit your bottom down. And then we're taking it to the next level. Inhale, press into your left foot, full surface area. Find your fingertips. Lift your right toes up off of your mat. Neutral hips to start, and then tiptoe, left fingertips forward and out. Press into your left fingertips. Lift your right hand towards the sky. Start to stack one shoulder. Point and flex your back toes. Exhale, both hands to your mat. Now shift the hips first. So we close off. Then the back foot comes behind, just retracing your steps. Shin bone to your mat. Sit all the way back. 2 more rounds. Inhale, press it up. Open up right away. Not cheating yourself on the steps. Just making them fluid. Exhale, come right back down. Just the way you came, moving with your own breath. Last round here, inhale, lift, press into your fingertips, open up. Find that half moon, right hand extends high. Exhale, both hands to your mat, right foot meets your left. Last forward fold today, take a moment, sway from side to side. Shake the head yes and no. Inhale to lift your heels up high. Find your tippy toes. Exhale, slowly come on down. Find a toe stand. Lift your heels high. You can keep your fingertips on your mat, or maybe you play around with finding a tall spine. Hands come to your heart. Slow, controlled breath wherever you land. And then slowly start to sit on back. We'll find an easy pose. Sit bones to your mat. Tall spine, close the eyes. And then find your breath. Big inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. We'll take one last breath together. Bring your hands to your heart. Press your palms together and then rub them together. Create a little bit of heat. When you feel like you've had enough, bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Send yourself some love, some gratitude From my heart to yours. Until tomorrow, namaste.